Hi, this is Leigh, and I'd like to welcome you to Tarot Alchemy. And today is Wisdom Wednesday. Of course, these readings are timeless, so whenever you find this, it's for you. So I'm going to bless the reading, blessing you and you and you and you and me and everyone else. I'd like to say thank you to my subscribers. I'd also like to say thank you for those who are returning to my channel and those who are new to my channel. And if you're not a subscriber, well, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. Today, we're going to be looking at a few decks: Before Tarot, Spirit Animals, Mystic Journey, Sufi Wisdom, and Mudras. And we'll use one or more of those decks. So first off, I'm going to do the little Florida water routine and bless all my decks as well. And today is about finding what wisdom do we need to have and what is interfering with us reaching our goals, learning our karmic lessons. You know, the messages that I've been channeling have to do with karmic lessons and energy, and what are we doing in our lives to manifest properly and to learn our karmic lessons and to understand what is limiting us in our karmic lessons. So today's reading is to help us with that. And hopefully this reading will help you. And of course, if you don't resonate with this reading, then this is not your reading. Keep in mind, the gender can be taken any way you choose. So to begin with, let's start with some Mystic Journey Oracle. So what is the crowning message of the reading? This is going to be the main issue that we're looking at, and everything else in the reading will fall behind the main message or the crowning card or cards. So let's see. Spirit, what do you have to tell the collective today? What does the collective need to know? Spark. Now this I can equate to illumination. The spark of insight, the spark of creativity. So each of us needs to begin with that spark in our wisdom. You know, where are we with that spark, really. Let's pull another card. Change. Now, with the spark, we're going to have change. And change is difficult sometimes for people. For most people, change is difficult. We all have the spark within us, but it requires sometimes for us to evolve. So let's pull one more. Rejoice. So in order for us to evolve and to change and to allow that spark to happen, we have to embrace the change or rejoice the change. And see how she is dancing. And she almost looks like she's going with the flow. So this is another piece of, gaining the wisdom, is that we go with the flow. We, as human beings on this 3D realm, we want to control things. We want to be large and in charge. And the moth tells us that change is required. Change is required to gain our wisdom, our spark of insight. And so we have to embrace that change, and we have to let the energy flow through us. We can't try and control the situation. The common term is let go and let God. If we are trying to control things too much, we are not allowing the divine to work in our life. And many people want to control the outcome of things. And guess what? We're limited beings. And so sometimes when we try and control things too much, we come up short. So let's look at Before Tarot and see if we can get some insight about what we need to work in our life, or what is limiting us. Where are we at? What are some of the details of this, Spirit? Three of Swords. We are allowing others to interpret wisdom for us. We are not taking ownership of our own lessons. We have the ability to fly, the lightness of being, but unfortunately we're being limited by this energy. Either intellectually ourselves, we're limiting ourselves, or we're allowing others to limit us. We may have too many thoughts in our head, like we can't make a decision, there's too much going on. Or we're allowing others to make decisions for us. What next? The Death card. So that requires rebirth. And as you can see, the Death card is moving away from this limited thinking. And the death doesn't literally mean death, although in some instances, people will need a significant event in order to change or have rebirth in their life. So we need to have an evolution in the way we look at our life. You know, we want to get that spark that's going to bring us to the next level in our life. And we have to let go. We have to allow rebirth. We have to, you know, try and not allow our own thoughts to limit us. And when we do that, we're going to have success. This is a 6 of Wands. So we're going to see success when we can allow ourselves to let go, let the universe, divine, intervene in our lives. Try and step back from your mind. And we can do that through meditation. We can do that through prayer. We can do that through getting out in nature, getting grounded, different things that bring us joy. And if we don't allow that rebirth, we're going to run into a tower moment. And unfortunately, the tower moment is when you've held on to things for too long, to the point of the universe will step in and it will balance the situation for you. There's a guy up in the tower, and here's his intuition telling him stuff is messed up and he needs to change. And even some of us, you know, we allow this type of energy, the devil energy. I mean, it can get really dark if we allow our thoughts to run amok and we indulge our shadow self. We can get into trouble. And we will end up bound and blindfolded. So take a moment before that energy engulfs you. Step back, get yourself grounded, let go, rejoice, allow the divine to flow through you, allow the divine to give you some change in your life. Don't reject change. Sometimes change is so significant. I mean, if we've gotten to this point in our life, we need some serious change, and that's going to require big action. We have free will to not allow it to get this far. We have our free will We know what needs to happen. We need to have that rebirth. We need to have the change. And the best way to do that is to go within. You see that he's holding that spark. The hermit is taking time to himself, herself, to contemplate the meaning of life, really. And sometimes we may need to, get some advice from other people, but not the type of advice that is going to bind us. A flow of advice. So this may mean somebody who is somebody we trust, use our intuition with the high priestess, and avoid conflict and negative people with the 5 of Swords. This is a bad card. Nobody wants this in their life. We don't want to be coming up against a bunch of people or having these people who want you to take their advice getting into a conflict with you because you don't want to take their advice. Look at this guy. He is fighting off these people. And he's having some regret with this 5 of Cups. I mean, he knows that he should have maybe done something differently. He's got some cups here that are spilled out. He maybe didn't use his tiger spirit. And the optimistic piece is that there still are cups that are not spilled. And in the distance, he has the opportunity. But at this moment in time, he's looking back. And he's looking back because he waited too long. And now he's dealing with karma. He's dealing with this guy. This is his shadow self that's got him bound and tied. So, of course, we're going to try and delve into our hidden side, the things that we keep to ourselves. And we're going to use our power of manifestation, our wisdom, and our hermit self to uncover that spark of wisdom so that we can move forward in our life. So let's move on to a little bit of guidance here. Let's look at what our spirit animal is going to give us some advice here. So, what advice do we have? What advice do we have to help us overcome ourselves? Okay, the hummingbird. A hummingbird, lightness of being. That means, of course, try not to control things too much. It's time for you to pursue your dreams with determination. By doing this, you will make them a reality. Joy is just around the corner, but you have to believe that it is possible to manifest your visions. Stop waiting and doubting. There's your vision. So we're going to use that lightness, which is also allowing the divine to work in our life and trying not to control things so much or allow others to make our decisions for us, because guess what? Only you get to live your life. Nobody else gets to live your life. So everybody's got an opinion. That's for sure. So what does a Sufi have to tell us? What does the Sufi have to say for us to gain our wisdom to move ourselves forward in life? This could be in a relationship, it could be with work, it could be with your business, it could be with your money, it could be in almost anything. Speak out. Communication and solve the conflicts. So we saw the conflicts. So we know there's this conflict with these people. We know there's people that are pushing their advice on us. These people may not have the best intentions for us. So this is asking us to speak out or to stand up for yourself. And speak out doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to these people and, give them the time of day. You can speak out through your spiritual body, through your manifestation, through your mind, through the power of your mind. Speaking out means you are honoring yourself by doing what it is that you want to do, not what others want you to do. Now, I'm not recommending that you just blow the people off in your life. Of course, we don't want to do that. The people we love, we care about them, but we need to take all of the factors into consideration, and it needs to be an independent decision. And unfortunately, sometimes independent decisions other people aren't going to agree with. Make friends. So what I get from this is, number one, make friends with yourself. You are your own best friend. And of course, being in that hermit energy, which I can't find the card at the moment, but being in the hermit energy is where we become friends with ourselves. But this also means that if you have some people in your life that are creating negativity and causing towers in your life, you need to make some new friends. People that are going to be more equal in your life, more equity. that are going to value what you have to say, and that are going to treat you fairly, and that are going to respect your opinion. And, you know, when you decide to make a change, that they're going to respect your decisions. They may not agree with it, but this will allow you to move forward and to get your spark back, to get your wisdom back, to get you back on track, to get out of the tower. To start using your crown again. And the crown is the same as the spark. The spark comes from your crown. I mean, we use all of our chakras to make our decisions and to, you know, come into balance with our spiritual body. But we get our guidance from above, from without and within. And that is our crown. And our crown works in conjunction with our third eye, our discernment, our intuition. We use that to decide, you know, what is hidden from me? Who is hiding something? Is this advice good advice? Is this going to lead me to a success? And we know that we're not on a successful path if we're losing admiration from people that we admire. And we use our intuition, our intuitive gifts, our wisdom. And there is the owl. The high priestess is using her wisdom, or the owl that represents wisdom, which is on her crown. So that's her crown. And that is allowing the energy to flow from above, not trying to control things, not letting everybody give you advice. You can take advice. There's nothing wrong with, gathering data. This person says that, and I value them because they're super intelligent. And this person says that, and I value them because they're super spiritual. And this person says that, and I value that because I know they love me. So we can take all of that data, all of those pieces of information, use our discernment to make a decision and get to the heart of the matter. And with that, we will have a happy life, or our life will be more happy. It will give us time to play. Wow, that was a confirmation. I don't know if anybody heard that, but somebody sneezed really, really loudly. And surrender with joy. And that goes back to, the rejoice. That goes back to using your intuition. And all in all, this is going to give you your gift of freedom. When you're tied and bound, like this, blindfolded, being controlled by the devil, and the devil is all about control. Then once you release that, once you let that go, you are going to be given the gift of your freedom. And who doesn't want to be free? And so we'll just have one more parting shot. Parting shot. What do we want as a parting shot in order to gain our freedom? And this is from the Mudras Body, Mind, and Soul deck. So let's see what Spirit, what is our last parting shot? Take a step back. And this mudra, these are actually things that you can do, pressure points that you can do. And this one fortifies the stomach and calms the nerves. So when we're in this position of being in the tower and having to fight people and having to, try and figure out what everybody wants us to do, we get lost. We get lost in the sauce. We need to take a step back and we need to calm ourselves. And sometimes we may need to do something physical to get us out of that energy so that we can move more into this energy. All kinds of strife and annoyance represent stress for the stomach. They cost energy and wear one down. If anger is unavoidable, let it flow by drumming on a wall with your fists and then practice the mudra. While you are keeping the mudra, breathe in slowly through your nose 10 times. And breathe out loudly and forcefully through your mouth. After that, allow your breathing to become regular and more gentle. Imagine yourself wearing a captivating smile, which makes me smile, and which you calmly and coolly win over the world. So that is your spark right there. Visualize yourself in that energy, in the present. Calm yourself, and you are the witness to your own inner strength. And you can use that. So that's what is recommended, is to take a step back, no hassles. So take yourself out of the energy that is causing problems. Move into your hermit energy and, give yourself some time to be able to step in to this energy where you're going to download things from the divine. You're not going to try and control everything. You're not going to be with negative people. You're not going to, allow everything you hear to bother you. You're going to take a step back. You're going to breathe. You're going to relax yourself so that you can allow that spark to come into your life. And with that said, that is your message today. Peace, love.